and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the exciting world of Around the Wicket with Stuart Binny. Stuart and I, as we go along in this show, we're going to be discussing the Chennai Super Kings. Yes, the ones who have always had a very strong presence in the IPL. The most consistent team in the IPL is only number 2 to Mumbai Indians as far as their IPL trophies are concerned. But before we get into all of that and all the tasty stuff around Chennai Super Kings, of course, they're the big man, the main man himself, Thalaiva. Stuart, welcome to the show. All right, so Stuart, as the show talks about the fact that we will be talking about Chennai Super Kings, so just a couple of things which I would like to, of course, rattle off about the achievements of the team. And I'm pretty sure that we both can actually applaud this because MS Dhoni is, of course, the Thalaiva. He's the most. This is, of course, the most consistent team in the history of the IPL. 8 finals, Stuart, 3 IPL trophies, and 2 Champions League trophies. It's also known as the Daddy's Army. And the fact that even after having gone through a big hullabaloo, the comeback that the team made, I think all of these things just speak volumes about the man at the top, which is MS Dhoni. So actually, let's kick off the conversation with just that.
Yeah, I mean, look, he is someone who's so experienced and so sorted in his head with his ways and his, his methods when it comes to cricket. I think I've played against him in the beginning and then under him as an Indian player, and you can really tell that he knows what his expectation from his players are and how much they can deliver and believes in them full-heartedly. So I guess that's why he gets the results and the respect that he deserves.
Is he a hard taskmaster?
Not really, I wouldn't say a hard task, but he is a very quiet guy. I mean, he's not someone who's very open and very vocal, but when he does say something to you, it really means a lot coming from him because he doesn't really express himself, as I said, but he's someone who's very, very animated when it comes to points and key points in a game.
You've been a part of this beautiful game for so long. You know the ins and outs of it. When something like the Mudgal committee report comes out, right, bans the team, what does that do? I mean, to the entire mindset of the team and especially the leader.
Obviously, it's not an easy one to deal with for no fault of the team. You know, things go wrong and you don't get that opportunity to spend time with that group anymore. Everyone gets sent in different directions. It happened to me as well. I was part of the Rajasthan Royals at that point. And we went into auctions again and, had to set up a shop again in new franchisees, get to know people, get to know players again. So it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do for sure. And especially for someone like MSD to come in and again rope everyone around when they came back into the to win it as well. I mean, it's not to bring the boys back on the same page and to take them also to a championship is something special.
Because, coming back and making a huge statement is obviously going to help your cause. But that process must be bloody tough.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with Chennai Super Kings, they've seen their fan base. I mean, they're huge when it comes to following their setup. And obviously it broke a lot of hearts with the fans when the Chennai Super Kings weren't in place in the IPL. So obviously for the players to come back also, they have a connection with their fans. I mean, playing against the Chennai Super Kings at the Chepauk Stadium, you can really feel what it is, the love and the passion that the fans have for these guys. And obviously the players feel it as well. And from there, I mean, to give back to their fans was everything. And I think, I'm sure that these guys spoke about it before that IPL and said, let's give back to the fans and win this for them.
Fair enough. Obviously the team has been constantly, there is this chat about Chennai Super Kings being the Daddy's Army. Well, it is, to be honest. I mean, the average age of each player is over 32, 33. But that seems to have not hurt their performance ever.
Yeah, I agree. Players do slow down on the age, but I think when it comes to franchisee cricket and T20 cricket, it's all about experience. Sometimes age doesn't really matter or doesn't play that much of a role, in T20 cricket. Yes, it is a fast format, for no doubt, but look at the guys who play in that format. I mean, the Watsons, the Bravos, the MSs, there's Rena as well. I mean, these guys have done it day in, day out for franchisee cricket, and I don't think age is a
Such a
age
factor.
point with the Chennai Super Kings. I think they were so gelled together as players, and they knew exactly what each one had a role to play in that setup, and they played that role.
As a captain, he is a special captain. Let's face it. I mean, the achievements that he's had for both the Indian team and, of course, franchise cricket is for everyone to know and everyone to applaud and cherish. So, is it that he sticks to a particular theory?
Specific theory to winning a game. I just think it's about his self-belief as a person, and the respect that he commands with his teammates. Everyone knows that MS is so sorted with his plans, and sometimes he does have a plan A, plan B, plan C. He's not someone who runs on one plan. You see, when he chases games as well, there are times he doesn't take singles, and even though the guys batting with him can definitely hit sixes, it's about that self-belief that's made MS Dhoni special. And his team also believes in him, and that's the most important thing as a leader. When he walks into a cricket field, I think it's about his mindset. He always believes that he can win from any situation, and he's got the team also who can win from any situation, and they've got the results.
It's so true, right, Stuart? It almost seems as if this man has a magical blueprint which is just constantly running off and ticking boxes as it's going along in his brain. It's
a game, to be honest. It's before even that over is bowled, I think he's already played that over in his head. This is how I want it to go. So I mean, he's got an amazing cricket brain, you must say.
Very special. Sure, Suresh Raina, one of the core players of the team, has been for a while now. Now, of course, 2020, there is a fiasco that happens in the IPL. And what do you think? I mean, mostly as a player, what do you say that would have done probably to his own mindset, for example, and also to that of the captain?
Yeah, obviously, it's not easy to be in bio bubbles and be quarantined in rooms for 17, 18 days before you get to see anyone. Obviously, I think that must have been a key factor to why he made that decision. Obviously, he had a young family also that he wanted to kind of spend time with through that. It's not easy to sit in rooms and play cricket without your friends and family, to be honest. So I guess one of his decisions at that point of time was to kind of take a break from that. And obviously, it's not easy for the setup as well. Losing a player like Suresh. I mean, Suresh is someone who's been one of their key batsmen and who's won a lot of trophies for them as well. So obviously, it's not easy for captains and for even the franchisee to lose someone that big and just close to the tournament.
It's true. So, do you believe that MS Dhoni's idea of picking a set bunch of players, is that probably the way, or that the reason why the team has been able to perform so consistently all through the IPL?
Look, I think it's a bit of both. I think he likes to keep his players playing together to understand each other's roles as well. But it's also horses for courses. I mean, he's someone who also, I think Pujara's come in also because keeping in mind they were playing in Chennai and he's so good against spin as well. Someone who can rotate and maybe hold that batting together. And everyone can go and have a go around him. I think there's definitely a plan into that. And MS, again, as I said, he doesn't have one plan. He's got plans all over the place. So it's really difficult to think what he thinks. But obviously, on the lines of what he thinks, I think he likes to keep his core players nice and tight.
Yeah, well, and it's working, Stuart. It's working wonderfully well. See, every player has this one little ritual or one little quirk that they have. Like, for example, Virendra Sehwag would love singing himself songs when he would get nervous on the wicket. Of course, that man really never got nervous. But what was that one little tick, if you say, that you might have had?
I was someone who liked to sit in the same seat in every dressing room that I went to. If I sat in the Chinnaswamy in one particular place, I sat there through my whole career. No one was allowed to sit in my seat. So every stadium I went to, I picked one chair and I sat in that one chair till the day I retired.
Well, that's interesting. And of course, since we are talking about Thalaiva, what do you think Thalaiva's little tick is, or that one little thing that he does?
I think not saying much is his stick.
All right. So, Stuart, we're getting on with the super over. If you're ready, you've taken the guard. I shall be bowling the first delivery to you. Back in 2012, which CSK batsman scored 28 runs of Virat Kohli in the penultimate over? You only get 10 seconds for each question.
Mudgal.
Well done. Well done. Moving right along. How many times has Dwayne Bravo won the purple cap in the IPL?
Once.
And third one. MS Dhoni has hit the most number of sixes in the 20th over. True or false?
True.
Well done. Shane Watson scored a century in the 2019 finals. Is that a yes or a no?
No.
Well done again. And of course, now we're on the penultimate delivery. Justin Kemp, Suraj Randiv, Jacob Oram, Rusty Theron. Which player did not represent CSK?
Kemp.
Last delivery, Stuart. Let's get this going. Who is the leading run scorer for CSK in the IPL?
Suresh Raina.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
That last delivery, which you just kind of lofted it over the bowler's head for a six, was fabulous. So, Stuart, as always, you have done remarkably well. So, well done. Well, Stuart, as always, a true pleasure speaking with you. And this is Sudhi signing off with Stuart Binny. And as always, please get yourself vaccinated, because that's the only way we defeat this pandemic. Thank you so much.